Hello there, welcome back to Beauty Bees and to an Empties video. I have a not terribly full looking bin, but there are some good empties in here. So let's jump right in with some of the more foily packet-ish items. So first up we have this product that I honestly don't even remember using. This is from Beekman 1802 and it's their Better Aging Sleep Mask. Looks like there's more of a name to it than that, but I can't give you any thoughts on this. I don't remember using it. So I did. Notable. We're off to a really good start. Next up we have a sheet mask. This is from Pure Lease. It is their Coconut and Rice Nourishing Sheet Mask. I am currently working through my second pack of 6 of these, so I have quite a bit of experience with this product. Kind of a good all-around for anyone kind of mask. I'm probably gonna have to review them like 4 more times in these empty videos, so no point in getting too into detail. Next, I have another product that I've panned multiple times on this channel. Is from Gold Bond. This is their Pure Moisture Daily Body and Face Lotion. Now, I have no idea who's using Gold Bond on their face. Not me. I used this as a hand cream at work because it's not scented, and I tend to prefer to take unscented things into the office with me. This is okay. It is like a mediocre lotion. I'm sure that I got this either in a Walmart beauty box or a Hy-Vee beauty box. I don't get either of those anymore. I suppose if I saw a really good Hy-Vee beauty box, I would consider picking it up, but I haven't seen a good one in a really long time, so I doubt that's going to happen. Anyway, this is, yeah, it's mediocre. I'm not going to buy this, but it was a pretty convenient little size to take with me and use at work. This was the month of the Skincare Deluxe sample for me. I have 5 here to talk about. First up, we have this Tony Moly Watermelon Do All Over Serum. Now, this is quite a bit thicker than what I would generally think of as a serum. Usually when I think of a serum, I think of something that could come in a dropper format, even if it doesn't necessarily actually come in a dropper. This is a little bit thicker. To me, this feels like a really lightweight moisturizer, and that was how I used it. I used this in the morning, and I wore it under makeup. It's really nice. I've actually finished one of these before. I enjoy it quite a bit. I think it's a really good product. I don't know how much this costs, but it is something that I could totally see myself picking up. It's a nice product. Probably for me, it's more of a spring, summer, early fall than winter. I just don't think this would be quite enough hydration for my skin when it gets really cold and really dry here. But it's nice. I quite liked this. I was really impressed, and I was impressed the last time I had it as well. Next, we have this Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. It removed my makeup. It was not as good at removing my makeup, though, as the Up and Up eye makeup remover. And I found that this left more of a film on my skin than the Up and Up does. I mean, in both cases, when I properly wash my face after removing my eye makeup, it removes any of that film, but yeah, I just don't feel the need to pay a little bit extra for this when the Up and Up works just fine for me. But this was a totally adequate product. If I had another little one of these, or even if I had a bigger one of these lying around, I would totally use it. Or if I saw this on super sale, I would consider it as well. 2 toners. I don't see a huge difference between different toners, so for me this was just a case of using these 2 minis up. So the 2 that I have here are the e.l.f. Keep Your Balance Toner and the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA Pore Tight Toner, not tightening. I use these, well, I use this one mainly in the morning. I think it's AHAs rather than PHAs or BHAs that make your skin more susceptible to sun damage, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I decided to use this one at night. I think I could have used either of these either time of day and been just fine with it. I like to use a toner in the morning just as a refresh step. I don't fully wash my face in the morning. I just kind of splash some water on it and use this. And that seems to work really well for me. I like having a bottle of toner in both of my bathrooms, so that's why I had two going at a time. Because I don't see a big difference between different toners, I probably wouldn't purchase the Glow Recipe one just because it's more expensive. I don't know if I purchased this exact e.l.f. toner, but I did purchase an e.l.f. toner this month in a full size. So you can check out my haul video, which will probably go up in about a week or so if you are interested in seeing that. And then the last skincare deluxe sample I have is from Philosophy. This is their Renewed Hope in a Jar water cream. I really liked this. I really enjoy this kind of texture because it seems to sink into my skin really well. It doesn't feel greasy, but it does feel wet. And I don't know why, but I really like that. I found this was a really nice level of moisture for the spring and summer months. I think that if I were to have this during the winter, I would probably use it as a morning moisturizer and go for something a little bit more robust in the evening. But for this time of year, this was great. I really enjoyed it. I would totally consider purchasing this again. I bought this at TJ Maxx, so I don't know if this is something that was maybe on its way out. I don't know how they compare in price, but I think that just based on the product itself, this is probably just a hair behind the Clinique Moisture Surge 100 Hour Hydrator as far as my favorite moisturizer goes. So I was really happy with this. I liked it a lot. Would totally consider repurchasing, and probably will if it turns out that it's cheaper than the Clinique. I'm moving in a couple of months, so I decided to work through a lot of my travel sizes and my deluxe samples to try to not have to cart them around. So I have two deluxe size samples of hair products as well. First up, we have this Philip B Peppermint Avocado Shampoo, and this was very minty. It was also this like bright aloe gel green, which doesn't really matter, but was kind of weird. I didn't like the way this smelled. It kind of made my eyes not sting in a bad way, just sting in a very minty way. I do think it's a good shampoo though. It definitely did a nice job of getting my hair clean. I just feel like I could also get a shampoo that did very similar things to me without that minty tingle. The minty tingle is not a positive for me. So would not repurchase that. And I think that Philip B is not a crazy expensive brand, but I think it's more pricey. It's not a drugstore brand. So no, I wouldn't purchase it even if it was a drugstore brand. I'm definitely not paying a premium for that. A product that I really did enjoy is from Way. This is their detox shampoo. I have used at least one more of these. This is a very thin consistency detox shampoo. It has apple cider vinegar in it. I used it about once a week to just really get my hair clean. I always followed it up with conditioner. I think this would be very drying if I did not do that, but that's pretty standard for detox shampoos or clarifying shampoos. Was not surprising to me. I don't feel like clarifying shampoo is something that I need to spend a lot of money on. In the past, I have used really inexpensive ones. Like I had one from Suave for a while that worked all right for me. I do think this one works a little bit better for me than the Suave one did, but I also think I had one from L'Oreal or Tresemme, one of those brands that also worked just as well as this. So I'm not going to pay way prices, but I think this is a nice product. If it is something that you can get with one of the codes on Sephora, I would recommend it. This lasted me, I think, 4 uses. So a month's worth of use for a product that you use about once a week. I thought that was pretty decent. Okay, and with that, I think we're done with minis. So let's move on to things that honestly are still minis, but they feel more substantial. So first up, we have a Bath & Body Works Fine Fragrance Mist. This is one of their 75 ml or 2.5 ounce sizes, and this is in Watermelon Mojito. And this is so good. I only bought this a couple of months ago. I think I bought this back in April, maybe. And it is just so delightful. It is sweet without being overly sweet. I've heard people describe this as smelling like a watermelon Jolly Rancher or something, and I can see where they're coming from. But to me, this feels more real, more true to a real watermelon than something like a watermelon Jolly Rancher would. It's just such a cool scent. To me, this scent is like the olfactory equivalent of getting into a really cold shower, like colder than you would ever normally set it, right after you've been outside sweating doing yard work. It's super refreshing. I really like it. The lasting power is practically non-existent. An hour later, you are not going to be able to smell anything. That's probably why I went through this so quickly, because I could spritz it, 5, 6, 7 times a day if I was home and it didn't overwhelm me. But I kind of regret that I did not pick up another bottle of this, or even a full-size bottle of this, during the semi-annual sale. I hope they bring this one back. This one's really, really good. If you have that lying around in your stash somewhere, I would strongly recommend bringing it out while it's still summertime, because I think it's just perfect for this time of year. Another fragrance that I emptied out this month is a pen spray. This one is from Marc Jacobs and is the Daisy Oh So Fresh scent. First of all, 10 out of 10 on the naming. I have no notes. That's adorable. I think it's so cute. The scent on this, I think, would appeal to most people. I think that this would have been perfect for me a few years ago when I was regularly going to the gym. I've never been like a super hardcore workout girly, but most mornings a few years ago I was going and, running a mile or two, doing some weightlifting, and just generally living my best healthy girl life. Anyway, to me, this feels like the perfect scent to have along when you want to freshen up just a little bit after the gym, after working out, but you don't have time to take a shower and it's not like a necessity. You haven't really sweated that much. Maybe that's relatable to other people, but I know I've been there, and I feel like this would have been a perfect fragrance for that. Yeah, great gym bag fragrance, definitely very fresh. They were right on with their naming, but it's not something that I'm going to run out and repurchase, because there are other fragrances that I like a lot more, like this one. But this one's pretty nice. It's like a 3.5 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5 if you were going to the gym and stuck it in your gym bag. I feel kind of silly talking about this one. This is the thermal spring water from Avane. It's literally just a can of water, like an aerosol can. This is really nice if you want to refresh during the day. It's really cooling, but the way I generally use this is as a setting spray, just to get rid of any of that powdery finish on my skin. I liked this. This is too expensive for me to repurchase, because I want to say that this is a $15 can on like Ulta, and I'm not someone who's going to pay $3 for Fiji water. Why would I pay $15 for spring water? Not really my gig, but I do like this. I really like that this is just water. It doesn't have, any fragrance or any additional ingredients in there that could be sensitizing to the skin or um, might interfere with any other products I was using. But yeah, too expensive for water. I do have another can of this though, so I will use that. I will enjoy it, and then I guess I will be done with this product. I have one full-size hair product. This is from Pantene. It is their Sheer Volume 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. I bought this ages ago, I think when I moved into this apartment, thinking, oh, the people who will likely visit me most often are my younger siblings, none of whom really care about their hair products or anything like that. So why don't I just get a 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner? They'll be totally happy with it. It'll save me $3 or $4 to not have to get like a bottle of Pantene shampoo and a bottle of Pantene conditioner. And then who ended up using it? Me. It was okay. I can do better than this. I can find better shampoos than this at the drugstore. I can find better conditioners than this at the drugstore. However, sometimes that $4 or $5 to not have to buy a separate conditioner as well as shampoo is important. So I could see myself purchasing this again, even though I would probably give that like a 2.5 out of 5. It's okay. So I have 3 makeup products. The first one, not very exciting. This is just a mascara that had reached the end of its life. This is the Lash Like a Boss Instant Volume and Length from Essence. So far, I think this is probably the best drugstore beeswax-free mascara that I have found. I thought this was, overall, really a good mascara. It has a curved natural bristle brush. I don't really care about brush size or brush type as long as it's not huge. A really large brush, I find I can make a mess quite easily on my hooded eyes, just trying to get anywhere close to the bottom or the base of my lashes. But this was totally fine. I've not had great luck with Essence mascaras in the past. I've tried 2 different versions of their Lash Princess mascaras, and both of them have flaked terribly, have smudged terribly. This one, which is not in their Lash Princess line, I thought was a lot better, but it didn't look as amazing when first applied. It was not something that I applied and I was like, wow, this is a great mascara, but it wore really well, and I would much rather have something if I had to make that trade-off, which unfortunately it seems like I kind of do, between something that looks really great at first but smudges through the day versus something that I would give like a B+ mascara to when first applied but lasts really well. I would choose that B+ mascara that lasts really well over the A+ one that smudges any day of the week. So I probably will end up buying this one again, but I have quite a few mascaras to get through before I need to make that decision. But it's on the list. Okay, next up we have a nail polish. I'm wearing this today. This is from Kiko, and it is in my brushed pan, so I won't give a ton of thoughts about it, but it's kind of pretty. It's a color that I am fine not having now that I'm done with it, but I liked it. I thought this looked really cute on the toes. It's an okay formula. These are pretty inexpensive. They're like $3 or $4 on the Kiko site regularly, and they are on the smaller side. They're 7 mils. However, I've had this one for about 2 years, and I didn't notice any change in the formula or anything. It wasn't one of those minis that dries up really super quickly. The only time I had a difficult time using this was like the last manicure I did. This is looking okay from a distance, but up close it's looking really rough. But that's pretty standard with any nail polish. So for US residents, I don't think these are worth the hassle. If you live somewhere where Kiko is more readily available and maybe you're looking for a polish in a very specific shade, they do have a pretty wide range. I think they have at least 50 shades in this line, so might be somewhere to look for one of those inexpensive polishes that maybe you need for a Halloween costume or something. It's cute, but it's nothing amazing. And then last but certainly not least, we have a full-size makeup product. This is the Bambi Gloss from ColourPop, and this is in the shade Thumper. You can see I have worn away well, you can't see because it's catching a glare. I have worn away Thumper. Kind of sad. These ColourPop glosses are very standard glosses. I think they're a little bit on the thick, sticky side, but I've definitely had way thicker glosses. I've had far stickier glosses. This one was a light, milky pink with quite a bit of shimmer. I liked it. I don't think that this is coming home with anyone because it's a fantastic lip gloss. I think that the reason this would come home with people is probably that it's really cute. It has a nice little green cap, and when Thumper was still on the gloss, that little foil Disney character was pretty adorable. But I'm glad to have this done. I actually have two more, not of this exact shade, but I got the trio of glosses from the Bambi collection. So I have Bambi, which is like a light fawn brown, and Thumper, which is a light purple, left to go. And they don't look that different on me. They're all so sheer that they're mostly just a milky wash of color with some shimmer. So I basically have two more of this to go through. Is it for my empties? There were some good products in here. I would totally repurchase the Bath & Body Works Watermelon Mojito and the Renewed Hope in a jar, as well as the Tony Moly, though that's not a new product to me. I think I did really well this month. Did I buy way more makeup than I finished up? Absolutely, but that's not the subject for this video. You'll have to come back at some point in the next week or so to see just how much stuff I purchased this month. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. I would love to see you around here more often, and I hope you are all having wonderful, wonderful days. Bye, guys.